I'm Daniel Wigdor. I'm a computer science professor at the University of Toronto and the co-founder and CEO of Axle. Axle is a venture studio in Toronto. We specialize in going deep with existing companies to uncover opportunities where technology could create fundamentally new solutions and new versions of their companies, and co-founding startups with those companies to create the next wave of corporations powered by AI. I think the overall trend that I'm noticing that is interesting is people are trained up to become managers as a function of how advanced they are in their career, right? So you get what's often called an entry-level job. No one's reporting to you, and then you move up, and then people are reporting to you, right? In the tech industry, we often differentiate between people who are people managers to help you manage your career and understand career opportunities and those sorts of things, and the people who are managing your projects, right? Those project managers, people who operate at that level where they can think of a project as a bigger scope and then figure out, how do I break that down into a set of activities or set of things to do that I can assign to other people? That's a skill that is taught to some extent with like professional project managers and that sort of thing. But really up until now, it's been largely tacit knowledge that people have been accruing throughout their careers. But that fundamentally is probably the most important skill for today's version of AI that is very agentic, but also sort of manifest in these sort of limited entities, and you're sort of having to coordinate all and all of that. So what we're really asking people to do is to have the skills of a manager from the time that they're an entry-level employee. I will admit, the current generation of tools where AI is manifesting as a pseudo-human that talks to me, I find sort of offensive as a metaphor. And fundamentally, it's a manifestation of a lack of imagination and a lack of understanding of what the real power of this stuff is. So what I find most interesting is going down into the API level and actually writing my own interfaces and building things up from that way. I've been excited to see a couple of projects that are now coming out with persistent canvases. So what I have found so frustrating with so many of these chatbots is, say you want to create something together, right? I'm going to work on a document together. You start typing with the thing, talk about the document you want to produce, and then it produces a static version of the document that you can't go in and edit, right? You have to copy the whole thing, paste it in again, edit it in the text box. And you get this sort of long stream of versions, right? It kind of reminds me of the email chains I used to have. There's a reversion to this terrible old way of interacting. I've now seen a couple of projects that are using an infinite canvas metaphor that comes originally from Sutherland in 1963. But the idea there is, instead of just having this linear chat, I have these individual entities that I'm persistent in working on together with the AI. And so it's those interfaces that I'm most excited about, but we're just starting to scratch the surface of it. There aren't many people using AI, unfortunately.